It's lit, literally. So welcome to Mystic Tarot by Nina. Welcome back. Welcome to my first time subscribers. Please take a minute to subscribe to the channel, like this video, help a sister out. I'm going to do a weekly message once I get this. A weekly message for 111 through 116 for the collective, and then I'm going to do some individual cards for the signs. So let's get right into it. All right. So, Spirit, give me some energy and vibes. Ooh, it's a lot. That we need to be aware of going into this week. 111 through 116, 2021. So this is the collective message, starting off. Okay, so I got 5 cards, starting off with the overall energy and vibes for this week of 111. And the first card that I got out the deck was number 20, Discernment. And it says, the frequency of discernment supports our ability to view the world and the people around us from a place of inner balance and detachment, yet with compassion and wisdom. So this card makes a lot of sense for energy and vibe for us going into this week, especially with everything that's going on in the world. It is important that we exercise discernment this week, meaning that we detach ourselves from our current realities and are able to move and act with compassion and wisdom. I feel like this is really important because, you know how they say, like, history always repeats itself. The more things change, the more they say the same. And I feel like the world, we've gotten to a place where it's like this is a evolve or repeat, that we are heading in it, and the evolving is about people exercising discernment, being able to detach, you know, your specific situation and look at a bigger picture, be able to have compassion for people on the other side of the fence from you, and have wisdom as far as like what has the past taught us. So that's not just with the world, that could be, you know, personal, but I think it's important. And so this was crossed by the divine feminine. So that it says, the frequency of the divine feminine supports our receptive, nurturing, and soft side, allowing it to express itself openly and helping us to connect our intrinsic understanding of our connection of all creation. So the divine feminine is very important, I feel like, especially right now, especially with this discernment. Being able to express ourselves openly while helping us to connect to our intrinsic understanding of our connection to all creations. Like, we are all connected. All things are connected. But being the divine feminine, we are the creators. We bring life to things. We give life to things. So even though, you know, we have this instinct of nurturing, we need to really tap into that softer side, especially with exercising that compassion, and being able to understand what is going on. Because situations, you know what I'm saying, it's a situation, but there's always a deeper part of it, the deeper root of it, of where it started. which brings me to the root chakra. Perfect. The root chakra is where things started. It's our base. It's our foundation. So it says the root chakra, the red flower of life, stimulates passion and supports our sense of security in the physical plane, both in our bodies as well as in the physical world. So the root chakra is our chakra that has to do with, our relationship with our mother, has to do with our childhood, our foundation, our upbringing, our sense of security. And so this is about being able to exercise our passions, step outside of our comfort zone, but still knowing that there is always a sense of security, is in like that, the universe having your back. Knowing that, like, even though we don't understand why things happen, that there's a bigger purpose. You know what I mean? Like, but they say God makes no mistakes. And so I really feel like with this week, for some of you guys, there could be situations where you're going to have to exercise discernment on how you act, because there could be movements and changes within your foundation. And like I said, this could be an evolve or repeat situation for a lot of you. So here I have the synergy card, and it says the frequency of synergy supports our allowance and acceptance of the not so obvious, never seen before combinations of and unions that result in new ways of functioning, working, thinking, relating, loving, and being. It reminds us to embrace the unfamiliar so that the new yet exciting co-creations can give birth to a new reality. Oh my gosh, this is a new deck. This is literally the first time I've read this card. This is so beautiful, especially with the divine feminine and this discernment, because this is about us, that synergy, that energy. Like, it makes me feel like we all have an inner knowing. Like, you come into this world knowing you're not supposed to kill your parents. You know what I mean? Like that moral compass. And I feel like with this synergy, I feel like this is about certain relationships or certain situations aligning so that they can, function, work, relating, loving, and being. So it's like, I feel like this is like, I don't know why it makes me feel like the Martin Luther King, I have a dream. But I feel like for some of you guys, this could be like, like within your families, within your foundation, being able to get to that place of, the never seen before, the place that your family has never seen, or the things that you guys have never done, or acceptance of the elephant in the room, or acceptance of maybe certain things that were obvious to certain family members that weren't obvious to you. But it's like, this is about two energies coming together, and it's like, I don't know, it just makes me feel like it's a powerful thing. But again, it takes me back to this discernment, because it's all about, your perception of the situation, how you decide to go about, your decision making. Okay, so finally, sorry if I got too deep here. So finally here I have the throat chakra, which it says the blue flower of life, supports our self-expression and our sense of peace and balance. So our throat chakra is our chakra related to our communication. When we have blockages with our throat chakra, we can, have obviously like communication issues with people, but we can even go as far as like having issues with a sore throat, or like me, when I have something that I gotta say, I get this like constant cough. So be mindful of that cough this week, or that energy of the elephant being in the room, of something that needs to be said, something that needs to be expressed in order to bring peace and balance. And being able to use that discernment, and you being able to channel, whether we're male or female, that divine feminine energy, to be able to bring a nurturing, comforting, compassionate energy with that message, because it's important to be able to, like, it's like a regeneration, like, combining the old with the new, but bringing something much better and more useful. I don't know, I just feel really good about that. Okay, so what pull. Okay. Okay. Ooh. Let's get into the messages. Okay. So they're like, okay, beautiful message. So here I have the Fool. And so this is about us using discernment as far as taking the opportunity to step out on faith, step out on, your own, thoughts and vision as far as a manifestation that you have, whether or not you look like the Fool. Also here, this could even be, this could be a relationship that you're stepping out on or stepping into, or, a business partnership, but there's some sort of something that has been a manifestation, something that has been brewing, a union, that some woman has been manifesting whichever side, you may be on. But, this discernment plays a big role as far as, how we take this leap in the decision making. But also here with this Tower, this was the first one that came out in reverse. So this makes me feel like a lot of us are coming out of like that Tower moment, that rough time of like where we had, and the Tower moment is important with a lot of manifestations, because what the Tower card is, it's a card that symbolizes how God intervenes in our lives in order to make our dreams come true. But it's like with the Tower, so it's like we pray for something and he gets it, right? And so he starts making moves in order to make this prayer, this manifestation come to light. And to a lot of us, when he starts doing that, we start thinking like, oh my God, what, did I just lose my job? Or, oh my, why is all this stuff falling apart? This Tower, what's, you know what I mean? Like, what's going on? But really, this is space being cleared, room being made for this manifestation, this union, whatever this is, this leap, this opportunity, right? And I feel like with this Tower, there was a lot of giving back. There was a lot of like, people, you know what I mean? Like, really starting over, completely starting over, I feel like. And especially here with this Wheel of Fortune, even though it came out in reverse, I feel like this is about the process of like undoing certain things that were never ours on the journey, while it's like the Tower comes in and blows it up. So I feel like with this Wheel of Fortune, it symbolizes like the damage control, the cleanup crew, right? So it's like there's still amending and cleaning going up. And I don't know, this Wheel of Fortune in reverse with this Tower really makes me feel like there is something that is currently around where it's like, this is, for a lot of us, it's like we don't see it. But this is a big evolve or repeat. It's like you've been on your healing journey and you've been aware and seeing certain things, but it's like there's this one thing that's critical that you haven't been seeing, okay? And so this is a big part of more so the cleanup. Like this situation wasn't going to be brought up during like, the bombing when the Tower was upright, right? The Tower card, when things were initially falling apart. So this is like during the cleanup where it's like, okay, now things fell apart. You got to a place. Did you die? You didn't die, right? So this is about getting to that place of having that last epiphany, that last revelation, to bring a completion in, you know what I mean? To be able to like be on top of things, be in control of things. Okay. So I really feel like, even though it's in reverse, I really feel like it's coming for a lot of you. There's something that this has to do with a communication, something that has been, in your energy space for, maybe since childhood. And it's like, this is something that you got to overcome. Okay. And like with this, when I pulled this card, I heard reciprocity. I feel like this is about that giving and receiving, but I also feel like with this 2 Two of Cups, this represents like reciprocity. This is about stepping out on faith, but also like your manifestation, and also this is like payback as far as like you coming into a union of somebody where it's like this person matches you, this person compliments you, this person, you know, does their part so that you could do your part fully. Like I feel like this is, you know what I mean, like a mutually beneficial situation. And it takes the trust of stepping out on faith. It takes the awareness of this journey and of self. It, you know, for some of us, because this is definitely like, this is about combining two things, like the old, you know, what works from the past, and what you have come to realize what will work for you better in the future. So, I'm going to pull some notes from the universe. What we need to know about this. Okay, I got gray. Endings are inevitable. So, right, like I said, there's like a completion, right? But, okay, so it's like you've been dreading it. You've been holding on to this one thing. Okay, I didn't let everything up, but you didn't let this one thing up. You said you think you did. You think you didn't let up a lot. No, you didn't, because you're still holding on to this one thing, this one habit, this one behavior, okay? So, and it could be, you know, for some of you guys with this raindrops, take a chance on them. I feel like with this, I feel like when it rains, it pours, but in a good way. But also, I feel like this is endings are inevitable as far as ending that part of you is where you keep yourself closed off from, you know, great experiences and great opportunities because, you know, you want to be in control and you don't want to get hurt. But it's like, really, you haven't been in control this whole time. All right. And then finally here, I got the gold, and it says you don't need someone else to fix you. So with this, I feel like this is a powerful card because I feel like this has to do a lot with this awareness. Like, you don't need anybody else to fix you because you can't fix anybody else. You can fix you. You're in charge of what you fix. Nobody needs to put their input on what you should fix first or what they think. You know what I mean? Like, this is your journey. This is your thing. And so you should take charge of it. And with that being said, take charge of your journey. Take your mind and all that off of other people's journey because the focus right now is fully on you. So I'm going to pull some lesson cards for this week, and then I'm going to get into the signs. Okay, so the first card here, I have patience. I accept that everything happens in divine order. So the lesson for this week has to do with patience. Knowing that everything happens in divine order. Release your need to control situations, okay? Know that God is an on-time God, and, you know, He has your back. Everything unravels in a certain way for a certain reason, okay? So here we have trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. So this is about you trusting that with this discernment, because it's like that discernment, I don't know, for me it's heavy because it's like, okay, before somebody tells you that you gotta, like, you know, use good decision making, you know what I mean? Like, it's like knowing that it's like, oh shit, it's like it puts the pressure on it, right? So with this, I feel like this trust is telling you, like, trust that as long as you follow your intuition, as long as you are following your intuition, as long as you are trusting your instincts, you will be just fine. You are here now. You know what I mean? Like I said before, have you died yet? Did you die? Okay, so trust that there's a method to the madness. Trust in the divine plan. And then finally, this perseverance. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. So this is about you trusting that intuition, trusting the inner guidance, and persevering through, for some of us, the confusion, the mind fog, the challenges, the denial. even if it's like, you know that this situation has presented itself, so it's like, okay, I'm using my discernment, I feel like I need to go this way, even though I don't know why I have to initially even make this decision. I don't understand that part. For some of you, it's something like that. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I'll go left, but I really don't even understand why I have to do this in the first place. Do you get that? Okay? And this has to do with recovery. Okay? Why you have to do it in the first place is because you were recovering your true self. Like before when I said that undoing. The biggest part of our journeys in life, like the longest part, is the part that we spend trying to find our journey. You know what I mean? Figuring out what part wasn't yours, what's not ours. So that recovery process is deep, it's serious, but it's definitely necessary, okay? It's recovery of self. It's recovery of, you know what I mean, that healing process, that learning self, becoming self-aware, understanding why you're here, and trusting in the process, okay? It's too many. Okay. And then here I have mysticism. So I feel like this is a magical time. Again, with this manifestation, this is about working our magic, getting signs from spirit, synchronicities from spirit, confirmations from spirit with these manifestations, whether it be this union. I feel like with this card, I feel like there's going to be certain things that this person says, or certain coincidences with this person, this union that is coming in, and it's like, you know, where it's like ding 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 ding, okay, that's them. Okay, I don't know if you guys have seen that movie, Sandra Bullock, what is it, Practical Magic? But it almost makes me feel like this, where it's like, oh my God, like when I went back and looked at all the little, you know what I'm saying, details, he fits all the details. He's got one green eye, one blue eye, you know, that type of thing. Like, so I feel like with that mysticism, I feel like those synchronicities, those coincidences are going to really be a confirmation for you. But also with this bittersweet, again, this is speaking on a communication. So it's like something has to be communicated that is going to be bittersweet. And, you know, you're going to have to use discernment as far as how you execute this communication. But it's sweet. It leads to sweet results, because at the end, this union, this recovery brings you to, you know, I didn't even know that this fell. An acceptance, okay? But it fits in perfect. An acceptance of self, an acceptance of, you know, where you've been, where you're going, and knowing that it's like, even if I don't know it all, I'm accepting this challenge. I'm accepting this path, okay? So I'm going to pull... I just pull these chakra cards before I get into... Okay. Chakra cards, and then, again, fifth chakra, both of these. Fifth chakra, creative expression. I am committed to sharing and revealing my thoughts and feelings by being creative in my communication style and using expressive language. I express myself through talking, singing, signing language, and crying through using creative talents. I consciously use my senses to experience my world more fully. I see, I hear, I smell, I feel more, and I become more aware of my surroundings, such as the weather, aromas, people, nature, and sights. So these are just little chakra affirmation cards, okay? This one says communication. I communicate openly, honestly, to express my thoughts and feelings clearly. I share my inner knowledge freely with integrity and without fear. My aim is to be fully understood by others. I am open to giving and receiving praise, and I will be careful not to talk excessively and make it all about me. I create space in my conversations for others to communicate with me. I inquire about others' thoughts and feelings, as listening to their truth can be uplifting. So, with some of you guys, what I just got is like this communication is like, even though it's bittersweet what you have to say, but there's also something that you have to listen to after you say something, and there could be something unexpectedly uplifting, and I feel like that's what that bittersweet, where it's like, okay, I'm done with you, but I needed you to give me that closure that like you never gave before. And please don't like hold on to that, okay? Because closure at the end of the day, it really comes from you. But it's like, I feel like after you get your own closure, that's when they come in with the, okay, Let me just tell you this, yada, yada, yada. Okay, so I'm going to pull for each sign. Start with Aries. So I just want to do these. I'm going to do this and this. Okay, Aries. Aries, what do y'all need to know for this week? What did I say? Manifestation, Aries. Hello. What I say from the beginning, okay? Serendipity. Hello. What I say, synchronicities, strange coincidences, yada, yada, yada. And then here it says self-respect. So I really feel like, that discernment has to do with the self-respect, you having self-respect, okay? That's the answer. The answer is, whatever way you're loving and respecting yourself best, that's which way you go, okay? Who's next? Taurus. What do you need to know for this week, Taurus? Okay. All right. Okay. Resolving conflict. So Taurus, this week is going to be about you resolving conflict, perhaps with this communication. But also right here, this is you resolving conflict within self. Right here it says reparenting yourself. Remember before I had mentioned that root chakra with the childhood and whatnot? Yeah, so this is about you resolving conflict by taking a moment back and be like, I see where I'm the problem. And see how maybe your behaviors might be, in some ways acting out maybe childish because there might be something from your childhood that was missing, something that is in your day-to-day triggering you because of something that you experienced in your childhood, okay? So this is time for you to check yourself and then love on yourself after you check yourself. Okay, Taurus. Gemini, I have the Gardener here. So this makes me feel like, again, with this manifestation, but also this makes me feel like this union. So it's like this makes me feel like this person, this gardener, this person who's, tending to your garden, tending to your manifestation, okay? But here with this intimacy, I feel like this could be letting somebody in your special garden. This could, I don't know, I feel like very intimate with this card. I feel like, again, I'm going to pull one more. But with this gardener, I feel like this is a specific person. I see butterflies in this card. I feel like especially this is going to come more so in the spring. But this is something that you've been working on, something that you've been tending to. Even someone who could be around you and maybe you weren't noticing them. But this person is somebody who's going to, take care of you, nurture you, add to you, okay? Bring abundance into your life. This person, again, reciprocity. I just love it when a reading comes together, okay? Moving on to Cancer. That was just beautiful. That was just Cancer. The same cards came out, and you guys seen exactly how many times I shuffled, okay? So again, this abundance with the gardener, okay? So this is an abundance coming in with somebody who is, again, going to help someone where there will be reciprocity, a mutual benefiting situation, somebody who is going to help tend to, somebody who could help you, you know what I mean, with this manifestation. But also this is somebody or a situation that brings emotional freedom for Cancers. And I feel like this is important for Cancers, being such an emotional person. I'm a Cancer. Being able to have that, this hits home for me, okay? Being able to have that emotional freedom, the freedom to be emotional, to feel your emotions, and have somebody tend to your emotions, that is abundance right there, okay? All right, Spirit, I see you, okay? Leo, what do you need to know for this week? Oh, Okay, well, Leo, I did all that. The gardener and the abundance, that fell on the floor. I'm going to put that off to the side and get over here. Because I feel like it's a part of it, but it's like off to the side. I feel like spiritually, that's how it made me feel. So right here, the first card that came out was the distorted masculine. Now, with this card, I feel like for some of you guys, this could be a man in your life who, you know, has a distorted perception of things right now because of due to his where he is on his healing journey or where he is not. Okay, but also for some of you guys, this has to do with the distorted masculine within you. Whether you be, and you know what, for a lot of you, I feel like this is women who have a distorted masculine, whether it be a distorted view as far as the role that the masculine is supposed to play, a distorted view of the masculine energy that you have that might be like stepping on, you know what I mean, like that other person's toes. But also with this distorted masculine, this has to do with like self-respect. Okay. And this makes me feel it's like the self-respect as far as like how much we love ourselves, and then, you know, what we draw in. Like if you have a distorted view of masculines, you're going to draw in, if you think that they're like that, you're going to draw in just exactly what you think. Okay. So, I also feel like for some of you guys, this is going to be a moment where maybe you see the distort in that person, and it's a revelation or a moment with just using discernment as far as like self-respect, especially with the serendipity card. So it's like that moment where I was saying before, where it's like this person is, you know, checking off all the boxes, but also this could be like on the opposite, where it's like, okay, I said that I wasn't going to do this because of this, and he literally just, you know what I mean, it's like they cut themselves off for you. Okay, if you take heed. Okay, so Leo, that's what I get. But over here, this is that serendipity and abundance. So with this is, I feel like it was all to the side, off to the side, because this is dependent on how things pan out with that distorted masculine, like how it's either dealt with, not dealt with, or healed. Okay. Pulled it again for, okay, I'm gonna start, because I didn't even say it. Leo, Virgo. So Virgo, I got the silver waterfall. I don't know why with this, I feel like this is like the runneth over. This is a flow of abundance. This is like that flow that comes, you know, like after the storm. But it's like, you know, earlier when I said it rains, it pours. So I feel like the silver waterfall is going to be, I feel like, a very spiritual, intuitive connection that you're going to have with somebody in a dating experience, Virgo. And this is like a very much like, this could, for a lot of you, I feel like this is a twin flame connection. This is the yin to the yang. This is your, you know, the peanut butter to your jelly. But I feel like with this for some of you guys, this is about you maybe getting back out there after a while in dating, to have this silver waterfall. But I feel like this is for some of you guys, this could be a situation that you've been in, and then it's like an unveiling, or it's like you see, like it's like an opening of something. It's like, oh my God, seeing something in a situation that you've never seen before. For some of you guys, you could be in a relationship and then you see this situation with somebody outside of your relationship, like another person. And that makes sense for Virgos, because I feel like y'all be cheating. Excuse me. Sorry. This is my throat chakra. But I feel like y'all do be cheating. Not all Virgos, but y'all got it in you. All right, no tea, no shade, no shade. Moving on to Libra. So here I pull luminosity. With this, I feel like, ooh, you know what I just heard? The glow up. This is a glow up, life purpose, luminosity. I feel like things being illuminated, and not only being illuminated, just freaking like working out. Just like everything was like, you're going to realize like, damn, God, you had this perfect whole life scenario set up over here just waiting for me this whole time. It's like stepping into your purpose and seeing the difference between before, like, remember I said the undoing? It's like you've done the undoing. Seeing the difference between when you forced and now when you flow. Libra, and this is a sacred woman. So with this here, this is very powerful for Libras, because I feel like a lot of Libras y'all be having old souls, but I feel like this is for a lot of Libras, this is about you learning that something that you experienced, something about your life that maybe you were ashamed of or whatever, hurtful, a trauma, something, but this situation has made you a sacred woman. It's a part of your life purpose. It's a part of your story. It's a part of that communication. Something, you got a story to tell. Some of you Libras got a story to tell. You got a book to tell. You got something to say. You got to get it out. You got to tell it. You did this. Some of you Libras have had like a whole like Hollywood, like people would never believe like the life that you lived. So it's like you definitely have to write about it, just because they would never, you know what I mean? For that purpose. It's unbelievable. Okay. Scorpio. Ooh. It came at me. Scorpio came at me. That's not surprising. So here, Scorpio, have creativity. This is creativity with this dating. I see a rainbow. I feel like this is about I feel like innocence, lightheartedness, being creative, being, trying new things, I feel like those cheesy things, but it's like, this is about, that rainbow, and you see this? It almost gives me like the Wheel of Fortune. It's like everything coming together. You see that door. It's like the door to success. It's like, for some Scorpios, it's like this is a relationship where it's like all of the work, all of everything being worth it. But right now, it's telling you to be creative, because like with this crescent moon, it's like things are not fully illuminated, okay? And so also with this creativity, it has to do with boundaries. You got to be, look at the moon. See the moon in this card right here? Right here. And then you see it right here. Okay, so this is what this is telling me with boundaries. So it's like you got to be creative in how you move, okay? Because there's boundaries, because things have fully not come to light or manifestation, or you not seeing all of it too, okay? So it's like this could be confusion, brain fog as far as a commitment, as far as like what's happening with this commitment, as far as like with this compatibility. But I feel like it's going to take this like, that actually dating to see about a connection, real connections. This could be like somebody who sends a love note, but also there's a connection with music, some sort of synchronicities with connections with music. And overall, this could be like a manifestation, but it's telling you to have boundaries, I really feel like with patience, with this like 8, I feel like for some of you guys, this could be like wanting pregnancy, or wanting to have something involving a child, baby. But I feel like this is this card makes me feel like back where I was saying, trust, and also the divine timing, the divine order, patience. Remember I said that? But I said that already. Well, yeah, that's how it's making me feel. Okay. Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, I got the distorted masculine with luminosity. So I feel like things are going to be illuminated. I feel like there could be a glow up for a man who has been in the distorted masculine, or it could be the distorted masculine within you, whether it be male or female, right? Because we have it inside everybody. Also, for some of you guys, there could be some illumination as far as situations involving a distorted masculine, involving money, or involving any type of legalities. Um, there's some illumination as far as some distrust regarding like money or legalities. Also with timing on something, okay? And I feel like with this information, with this illumination comes, a question again of self-respect. Like, the using the discernment as far as going towards your emotional freedom, being able to be emotionally free, and having self-respect. Okay, being able to allow yourself to feel, it's making me feel like inner react before outer react. Okay, with this situation with this male. Because it's almost like so messed up where it's like, hold on, let me come back and catch myself before and think real hard about a lot of things. And how, you know what it's telling me for Sagittarius? Think about how God could be using you in this situation, even though it could be messed up or whatever, you getting screwed over. But think about how God could be using you in this situation with this person, with this distorted masculine. How could God be using you to help teach this person a lesson? Or if this is for yourself, like how could God be setting up a situation, with certain things? What is the situation trying to teach you? Okay, that's what we need to be asking. All right, so that was for Sag. Capricorn, I got creativity, using your creative, senses as far as with dating, being creative with boundaries. Some of you guys, I feel like, could be, for some Capricorns, you guys could be like practicing celibacy, and so it's like you having to be creative in this dating situation, but also setting boundaries as far as what you want and need before moving into a commitment. Okay, so also for some of you guys, I feel like be mindful of someone who's being creative with trying to bend your boundaries to make things seem like they, have certain things for this commitment, okay? And I feel like for some things this could be like good or not necessarily good, but it's like for some of you guys this could be like, an appreciated effort, but then some of you guys this could be like a sneaky motherfucker. Sorry. Okay, so moving on to Aquarius. It's a weekly message for Aquarius. So Aquarius, this week is all about self-respect and your respecting yourself, and respecting yourself in how you respecting your need for emotional freedom. And that emotional freedom is your lack of emotional freedom, okay, is a big issue as far as the conflicts, maybe the lack of compassion. This makes sense because Aquarius people can sometimes come off as unemotional. So remember, this is again for Aquarius segmenting, like this is again using your discernment, okay? It says resolving conflict. This card says empathy, compassion, understanding. So in the beginning of this reading, I said something about having empathy, having compassion, okay, in order to resolve a conflict, but still having, self-respect and still allowing yourself to be emotionally free. For some of you Aquarians, this issue as far as being able to resolve conflict with emotions. Okay, for some of you guys, like you see the woman and it's like she's got the love in her heart, but she don't have the tools as far as like, I don't know how to, you know what I mean? The feelings are there. I just don't know how to make you feel it because I don't know how to express this. And also, you might have to communicate. For some of you guys, you might have to communicate like, some things about your childhood, the way that you were loved and how you experienced love. As far as an explanation, as far, how you love now, okay? And it says reparenting yourself. So for Aquarians, this could be time for you to exercise emotional freedom and allow yourself to reparent yourself, and you know, heal that inner child, and have enough respect to be able to dig deep to release those blockages. It says the distorted feminine. For some of you guys, for some of you Aquarians, this is like a mother relationship. And so it's like you being able to have self-respect, having that emotional freedom with this distorted feminine, or this relationship with a woman in your life. But I really feel like it's a mother, because it's saying reparenting yourself from this distorted feminine. So the way that you were taught to resolve issues wasn't right because of this distorted feminine. So there's a need for you to reparent yourself, a need for you to give yourself that emotional freedom, and all of it is an act of self-respect. Okay, that's what I get for Aquarius. And I'm moving on to Pisces, the very last sign. Oh shoot. Okay. Also, I know that my eyelashes are like not the best because it's really late, so don't think that like I don't know. It's just late and I wanted to get this done because I felt it in my spirit. So don't talk about me, okay? I just want to say it first so you couldn't say it, okay? I know it ain't right, but I had to say what I had to say because my throat chakra, remember? So, sorry. Pisces, the message for you guys is all about this commitment. Pisces, this week is about discernment with how you commit. What do your commitments look and feel like, okay? What is the intimacy in your commitments like, okay? Because I feel like for some of you guys, there is a lack of you allowing true intimacy that could be blocking a commitment with a soulmate. For some of you guys, this isn't a blockage at all. I feel like this could be a commitment with intimacy with a soulmate. But for some of you guys, I feel like this could be, like I said, you needing to look at how you commit and you know, how intimate you allow yourself to be, because there is a soulmate there. And it's like, you know, do you hear him knocking? Let him in. But ooh, for some of you guys, for some of you women, this I got luminosity again with this distorted masculine. And so it's like, this is about things being brought to light about the distorted, like I told you, we've got a masculine and a feminine. The distorted masculine in you. Because maybe you might be not leaning on your masculine side enough, or leaning too much on your masculine side, that could be affecting these commitments and this intimacy. Okay? And so it's being brought to your attention because it's time to level up, because there's a soulmate, okay, on the horizon, around here, coming soon. Something like that. Okay? So